Now on NewsdayTV, the aftermath, the nasty spring nor'easter slamming the island, bringing flooding and downing trees. It is Thursday, April 4th. I'm Jasmine Anderson. The steadiest and heaviest rain and wind have moved on, but Long Islanders are still dealing with flooding. This was the scene this morning on downtown Riverhead. The Peconic River spilled over the banks and into the parking lot. You can see cars partially submerged. There is a coastal flood warning in effect until noon on the island. This was a scene on Main Road in Aquabog. Crews worked through the night to clear the trees and branches taken down by the winds across the island. At last check, PSEG Long Island was working to restore power for more than 3,000 customers. Here's a look at the top wind gust clocked by the National Weather Service. 64 miles per hour in Eaton's Neck, 62 in Bayville, and 61 in Orient. The airports are a mess this morning. There are dozens of cancellations and delays at JFK and LaGuardia airports. At last check, everything was on time at MacArthur, but it's suggested you check with your carrier before heading to the airport. The rain will trail off this afternoon ahead of some more showers overnight and into tomorrow morning. Happening today, we're going to learn more about how Suffolk's Child Protective Services handled child abuse complaints before the killing of 8-year-old Thomas Valva. The DA is set to release a special grand jury report and recommendations aimed at improving CPS. The grand jury was assigned to the case following the murder convictions of Valva's father, Michael, and his then fiancee, Angela Polina. Thomas died of hypothermia in 2020 after his dad, a former NYPD officer, and Polina forced him to sleep in a freezing cold garage in Center Moriches. To stay with Newsday, for the latest in the Valva case, just click Get More below the Newsday TV video box on our homepage. A Sayville man is being hailed a hero today for pulling his teenage neighbor from the second floor of his burning home. This was a scene yesterday on Astor Drive. Police say Richard Mosbach saw his neighbor's home on fire and ran to help. He was unable to enter the home through the front door due to heavy smoke and flames. He used a ladder with the help of a second Good Samaritan to escort the boy from his second floor. The teen was not hurt. However, the family dog died in the fire. We're learning more about the events that led up to the death of NYPD Detective Jonathan Diller from Massapequa Park. The NYPD Chief of Detectives said yesterday that Diller and his partner were directed to investigate a man in a hoodie believed to be carrying a gun before last week's shooting. Body camera video appears to show the suspect, Guy Rivera, walking toward the car illegally parked in a bus lane in Queens. Moments later, Diller was gunned down. Rivera and the alleged driver of the car are both being held without bail. First in Newsday, an MS-13 gang member is now facing life in prison after admitting to his role in the machete deaths of 4 young men in Central Islip. 24-year-old Edwin Rodriguez pleaded guilty to the murders yesterday. He told a federal judge he was looking to rise through the ranks of the gang at the time and believed victims were part of a rival gang. Justin Levy-Cura, Jorge Tigre, Michael Lopez Benegas, and Jefferson Villalobos were attacked with numerous weapons after being lured to the woods in 2017. More than a dozen MS-13 members and associates have been charged in the case. Controversy on campus. 9 students were arrested after a pro-Palestinian rally at Stony Brook University. Steve Langford reports.
A student protest in support of Palestine on the ground floor of the administration building at Stony Brook University Wednesday. The atmosphere in contrast to a gathering here the previous week. On March 26th, Stony Brook University police arrested several students and charged them with disorderly conduct and failing to disperse. School officials say they were being disruptive, using a bullhorn, a drum, and making loud chants inside the building.
Yeah, I was handcuffed.
Zubair Kabir says they were detained at University Police Headquarters for 4 hours.
We have a court date on April 15th at 9 a.m., and we're going to push for our charges to be dropped before then.
The students are protesting the crisis in Gaza and want the university to divest from Israel.
Free the hostages! Free the hostages!
This man says his support for the hostages in Gaza met resistance here, where one sign displayed a slogan that is generally believed to be a call for the elimination of Israel.
They say they're in favor of free speech unless it's somebody else speaking.
You're not heard unless you disrupt. And that's what you all have chosen to do. And I think you're very brave for having done so.
Numerous faculty members are speaking out in favor of the students' right to free speech.
So we're hoping that they're listening. And what we want to say to them is this: drop the charges, exonerate these students, and expunge their records.
The students say they plan to continue their protests until their demands are met. Steve Langford for NewsdayTV.
Read more about the arrest on Newsday.com. Just click Get More below the Newsday TV video box. 5 Long Island property groups will pay up after facing accusations of housing discrimination. The groups, including Holiday Square Apartments, will pay $105,000 to Long Island Housing Services and $75,000 for 3 years of monitoring. The settlement comes after housing testers with LIHS claim they were racially discriminated against, and 2 other prospective tenants say they faced income discrimination. Those plaintiffs were also awarded confidential settlements. Tomorrow is opening day at Yankee Stadium, and fans can expect fancier food options. Laura Albanese shows us what's new to eat in the Bronx.
The Yankees are introducing a brand new superstar in Juan Soto to their outfield this season, but they're also bringing out some heavy hitters at their concession stand. Let's go see what's new at Yankee Stadium.
The Yankees are going all out this year with a ton of new options. Barbecue filet-tipped tater tots from Lobel's, a sweet spot burrito bowl that comes in carne asada and vegetarian plantain options, and the absolutely incredible meatballs from celebrity chef Christian Petroni.
I always love the fried meatballs. I actually steam them, and then we fry them in extra virgin olive oil, and they're at Yankee Stadium, so I don't even know how this is real life, you know?
I don't know how to eat this elegantly, so I'm not going to.
I heard a last name. Hey, how are you? How's it going? Good.
This is fantastic.
I had 2 favorites, these brown sugar chicken wings from Street Bird and this porchetta sandwich from City Winery, which also had a really great burger last year.
They pair it with a Cabernet wine. So it's porchetta, you have the onions, and you have a little bit of arugula there. They did it again. One of my favorites.
Everyone was already excited when they found out that Blue Bunny and Mr. Softy was coming to Yankee Stadium. But if you've got a sweet tooth, there's more than just ice cream. The Yankees are bringing in 2 new Grand Slam shakes in Butterfinger and black and white cookie flavors. They're also trotting out my personal favorite dessert, zeppole. It's fried dough with chocolate and strawberry drizzle and a cannoli cream dip.
Oh, wow. Reminds me of my childhood. I think we can all agree that we're all pretty excited for Mr. Softy this year. This has been Laura Albanese reporting for Newsday TV.
Enjoy, Laura. Read more about what's new at Yankee Stadium on Newsday.com. Click Get More below the Newsday TV video box.
What's Up on Long Island is brought to you by Tommy James and the Shondells with the Grassroots, performing at Flagstar at Westbury Music Fair.
It's Friday Eve, and here's what's up on Long Island.
Knows it's these 3 they've been coming to see.
The Lords of 52nd Street are playing in Riverhead. The concert will feature the same musicians you hear on Billy Joel's classic albums, performing songs from The Stranger, 52nd Street, and Glass Houses. It's at the Suffolk on Sunday. Jim Brewer is coming home. The Long Island comedian performs his Survival with Laughter tour at the Paramount Saturday night in Huntington. Check out the Long Island Tabletop Gaming Expo. It includes board and card gaming, along with role-playing games and miniature gaming, demonstrations, and much more. It's Saturday and Sunday at the Cradle of Aviation Museum in Garden City. For admission info and more events, click Get More below the Newsday TV video box on our homepage. Checking out your hyper-local forecast, the nor'easter is moving out, but we have more showers today. Highs around 45 degrees. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy with highs in the 50s. Looking at your 7-day forecast, you can see plenty of sunshine and warmer weather leading into the weekend. We just have to get through today with those lingering showers, so hang in there. That's your 7-day forecast.
Long Island weather is brought to you by Fire Island Ferries.
I'm Jasmine Anderson. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you soon.